What's up, guys? What I'm doing in this video is putting together a new computer desk that recently got. It is one that I found on Amazon, and I'll put a link to down in the description of this video. Been needing to do some upgrades to the work area down here, and the new computer desk was obviously something that I need. Personally, I've been using just a foldable table forever, and I just decided to, not necessarily throw it to the curb. I'm just going to repurpose it, but I wanted a good computer desk, so that's what we're going to do. Let me show you what I've got. Here is the box, and you can see right there, computer desk. Yes, made in China, but I think for what I need, for what I want, and the style of this is what is going to work out for me very well. So what I'm going to do here is just go through the process of putting it together and showing it to you guys. I'm going to cut it open using this knife from Fox Knives, and this actually comes from BATTILBOX. If you guys are familiar with that, if you use my code BOOM15, save yourself off of the monthly subscription, and you can get cool gear just like this, as well as a lot of other stuff. I'll put that down below. This is what you get when you open the box, and just to show you, you get your frame. This does have a metal frame. This is basically a power strip that will mount inside the desk. That way you can kind of help keep all of your cords up in a little bit more neat fashion. And it is well packed, I'll have to say. And you've probably already seen the picture of it. I've rolled a photo of it in here. It probably is the thumb, but you can kind of see here. This is the booklet that you get, the instruction booklet, and there's a couple of different ways that it can go together. For me, I'm going to be putting it in the corner, so that obviously is the style that I'm going to be going with. Again, guys, check the link down below. I will have a link to where you can order you one of these. They're not very expensive. So the first step in the assembly process is to get all the parts out and get them laid out kind of in order that you need to pick them up. And then after you do all that, you con your son into helping you put it together. That way you let him do a lot of the work, and he gets a little something to do, and you get some free labor. But we won't talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Get those screws. There you go. Get that back one over there. Hey guys, we're getting a little bit closer. I've got the frame all assembled. You can see here I still do have a few other pieces that I've got to put in, especially when we get up to some of the shelving. This is the rustic finish. This is the one that I decided to go with. I really like how this looks, especially with some of my other furniture around here. You can see a bookshelf that I've got over here. Again, guys, check the link below. They do have different ones, different colors and things like that. It does come with a receptacle. I just put this in. It's just an opening here. This drops down in a little power strip. A couple of screws hold it in place. It does have the USB ports right here, as well as 4 plugs, and then a switch right there to where you can turn it on and off. That's a very handy thing to have now. You still got to put the shelves, the upper section of it, the monitor stands on. You can kind of see here where I'm at in the instructions. Very easy to follow. Here is the next step in the process, just going ahead and getting all of the other stuff ready. So that's what I'm going to do. Very easy as far as how it goes together. Everything is labeled. You can see here all of your pieces and parts, your little bags. They do come labeled, and in the instructions it tells you what part you need. So it does go together very smoothly. Very easy to put together, and a lot of work. And I look forward to getting this finished, getting this mess that I've got going on right around here now cleaned up, and so on. But now let's continue. Just to show you a close-up of how the top shelves go together. These pieces here, it starts out like this basically, as well as then the long piece, and there's 2 different lengths on these, so don't get them confused. You can see the shorter one here, and once you get them together, there is an opening right here in the top to where you'll screw from the bottom these screws that hold them into place. But before you do that, you need to go ahead and make sure that you get the shelf on there. It's just going to make it a little easier for you, and then set the whole thing in place. Now, just to show you how these boards are as far as how you connect them, there are these inserts in each of the boards for connecting your bolts, your screws to. And for this example, I've got to join these 2. You do get a metal plate that joins these 2, plus it is also anchored buy the frame once you get it all together as well. I'm going ahead and getting this assembled, getting this whole frame in, and then setting everything over and getting it screwed down. Just going to have some more room that way. But I do like that. I think that that's one of the ways that it can help to keep things from stripping out. You know, don't over tighten these. Make sure you use the ones that it tells you to. Do not try to substitute, because what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up being short on some others that you need. So make sure that you use the ones that it tells you, and don't lose any, because there are not any extras in the bags. One thing I do want to point out, particularly when you get to the top, is to watch your orientation of these upper shelves. This section here on this piece, you can see where I currently have it laying. Now I've got to flip this upside down. There are a couple of extra slots on this that you will not use, and that is because there's a couple of different ways you can assemble this desk. As if you look it up, you will see some of the different styles that you can do. The way that I'm doing it, this is how I need to have it oriented. Now when I turn this upside down, these two holes here, there's another one of these plates, like what I've got down here, that's basically going to link these two shelves back in the corner, and that way you've got plenty of support on them. Make sure that you use those, and that way it's going to be supported, it's not going to sag, and you'll be much happier with it. Now I've got the frames on both of these pieces. You can see this one, I already have it just setting here. I do not have it bolted down yet. You don't want to do that until you get these two together. What I've got to do now, you can see I've got this bracket already hanging on this one. Do not have it tight, it's still a little bit loose. So what I'm going to do is flip this shelf over and mate it up with this one, and that way get all of these locked down, making sure that I'm good and square. And then after I do that, I will be able to start fastening these to the main desktop. The drawers are like a cloth material with a a stiffening agent in there, just basically probably cardboard. It does have the front here that matches the rest of your desk, and you have these boards that basically drop in, and those are what's going to be stiffening this up very well. But you just got to put it in the right way, get it oriented correctly, and they just sit in there just like this. If you do need to take them back out, you can simply pull this back up. Once you do that, they'll simply slide into position, but I do need to get the handles on, and it's just a couple of screws, and get those put into place. Other thing too, with the large drawer, you've got these braces that go in after you get your handle and stuff on and get the bottom in. And basically what these are for the file holders. You know, if you have different files and stuff like that, some of those hanging folders, you can set them in here in this drawer. You can see here that I've got this one all together and ready to go into place. I've already got the little one down here into place, and now I'm just going to set this one in here as well, and then go ahead and do these also. Now guys, I wanted to give you a final overview of the desk. You can see that I do have the LEDs added as well. That's something that you do get with it. I've just got them on flash mode where it's going through, but it does have white light as well as each of the colors that you see. I just currently have it flashing. Just to give you a size comparison, this is my HP printer. You can kind of see how it is as far as size, as far as how it fits onto this. This is a little bit larger than some standard printers. Of course, this has a scanner and a whole bunch of other features. I've had it for years. I know it's an older one, but it still works great, and as long as it works, I'll keep using it. You can see here my laptop. This is my HP Envy 17-inch. Both of these laptops here are 17-inch machines, and you can kind of see how they set on the desk as far as how much room that you have. You do have room for the shelf up there. Now you could leave the shelf off, I suppose, if you wanted to, but that's just completely up to you. The frame is very nice. I really like how it looks. You can see the X bracing back there. It's on both sides. You need to put that on. That way it's going to make it much more stable. Again, with the drawers in place, with everything setting the way that it should. Still got a lot of cleanup to do around here to get some of this mess straightened back up. I like it, I'll have to say, especially for the price. So the positives, again, it is very affordable. Check the links down below. And again, this laptop here is my other HP. My wife is using it now. It's still a great machine. I picked this one up to basically a little more horsepower for editing videos. And this one's been mine forever, prior to my wife taking it over and me getting this one. It's still a great machine, and I'll put links to everything you see down below, guys. Also, it does come with some basic toolkits when you buy this desk, but for me, use a driver. It'll make your life a lot easier. You know, get you some kind of a basic toolkit, go a little bit beyond the ones that you get, and you know, just again showing you the desk for just as an overview of everything. Now, what do I not like about it? For this price range, very few things. The only thing that I could say would be better is if it was a little deeper. You know, if it did have a little more depth, that would be something as well. I do think that that would help it. But again, guys, I can't really complain about that. I knew what I was getting when I bought this, and I went ahead and bought it knowing what it was, what the depth of it was, and everything. But just again to show you where it is, we do have my laptop. That screen is up against that back. And then you can see how far out it is here on the edge. You know, it's plenty of working room for what I'm going to be doing. You know, with this, you know, I've still got to get my other stuff up here. For those of you guys that follow my channels, I still got to get my microphone and all that stuff set up as well. It's going to work well. You know, the drawers, everything. And again, it's easy to assemble. Just follow the directions. I know this video was not necessarily an in-depth assembly of it. But it's just kind of an overview on how things work. I really like how everything is supported, and just to show you what I'm talking about, that top shelf, that is a metal bar that goes across. You've seen it earlier in the video, and it's the same with these. You do have structural metal support. This wood, there again, it's just a laminate wood that comes with it. You guys know what that is, how it, if for whatever reason, which, you know, you shouldn't have any trouble out of it, but if it ever was damaged, you could literally replace this with just a solid wood board because that frame is metal. The base of it, again, you can level it up for your floor depending on what you need. You know, you do have the ability to adjust it, to make it level, to set it flat. And overall, guys, I'll have to say that I like it. I really like how this desk is, how it looks with that finish, and I'm very happy with it. And again, guys, check the link down below. You can pick you one up, and I'm actually going to be editing this video on that machine right there. So if you're interested in a new computer, guys, again, I'll leave links to these, everything you see here down below, as well as the tools. Make your life a little easier. Guys, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Check out all of my channels linked below. And guys, we will see you next time.